Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back at with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing Free Guy 2021 review here on the channel. So yeah, Free Guy, definitely a very interesting movie in my opinion. I actually liked it a lot. Definitely it reminds me of a few different things and stuff like that. Uh, but anyways, let's get into it. So yeah, Free Guy. I remember hearing about this movie like last year. I heard about it and how it was getting delayed. But honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I didn't care. I mean, I didn't really care about this movie at all. It wasn't. I didn't even care until eventually I saw one. It was being made with Ryan Reynolds, which is pretty cool as it is. And I actually watched the trailer and I was just like, damn, this movie looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. And to my surprise, it actually really was. I actually really liked it. I made you kind of. I definitely thought there was a lot of interesting like Easter eggs slash. I don't even know if they're really called Easter eggs, but like more references wise. Definitely some interesting stuff as well. Especially if you're a gamer, you kind of want to watch this movie as well, because I definitely think that there's a lot of stuff in there that you can really think. So yeah, let's get into the plot line here. So first of all, the movie follows a character named Guy in a video game called Free City. Uh, and basically, he's an NPC. If you don't know what an NPC is, it's basically non-playable character, meaning nobody could play him. He basically just walks around and in this case, it's like a G. I know the creators of the movie didn't really model after GTA, or they said they didn't, but it kind of is like GTA 5 in a sense. If you've ever played that, where like players are going around the place and you can just literally hit them with a car, shoot them, rob them, whatever. Uh, in that sense. And that is exactly what Guy is. Basically, he's just in the game working as a bank teller, honestly. Uh, so then he ends up getting like some curiosity kind of talk to one of the players. And in the game, all players wear glasses to kind of show that they are players, I guess, and not an NPC. So then he goes up to an NPC who's being played by, I mean, not an NPC, sorry, a player who's being played by Jodie Comer, which is pretty interesting too. This cast is pretty stacked, though. I must say, I thought it was pretty good, in terms of acting wise and stuff like that. Then basically, he figures out that he's basically an NPC and he kind of is programmed or whatnot. Meanwhile, in the real world, Joe Carey plays a guy named Keys, and he was basically partners with Jodie Comer's character from before, and yeah, basically their idea was got stolen essentially, and Keys basically was like, yeah, whatever, he signed an NDA, whatnot, and Taka Waititi's character, who was named as Antoine, basically stole it, and he's programming and everything and whatnot. And it's basically super rich and everything. And then basically the rest of the plot goes like Guy basically is trying to stop all of this and create a new game, kind of, which is now called Free Life. And on the way, Antoine's like, no, 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 I want money, whatnot. And then he's basically like, essentially, he's like, I don't want this to happen. I want to create Free City 2 and basically wipe everything. And then, yeah, basically, it's a huge action fest and whatnot. So, yeah, let's go through with some stuff I liked. First of all, I liked the acting was pretty good. I feel like Ryan Reynolds, when he usually acts, I think he brings it all to the table most of the time. I've never really seen him give like a really bad performance, even in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I know a lot of people dislike the way he was, but in my opinion, in that first kind of part where we're getting like the vibe from him, I still think he was pretty good. So yeah, I thought he was pretty good in Free Guy. I thought he was very interesting. The cast was actually pretty good too. Jodie Comer does an interesting job. Same with Lil Ray Lowry. And the rest of the cast does a really awesome job as well. I definitely do like it a lot. Another thing too is I really liked kind of like the writing. I thought this was a slash concept. I thought this was an interesting concept because if you play a lot of video games, you would have noticed that there's going to be NPCs no matter what you. Well, it depends on what you play, but for the most part, games usually have NPCs, especially in an open world game, where you don't usually think of like you just kill them and they're like, eh. That's kind of like what this kind of message is. Like, you don't really have to, I guess, kill them in the background and maybe think about it and stuff like that. It makes you kind of think maybe they're like guy in this movie and whatnot. So that's pretty interesting to see as well. Uh, yeah, really interesting concept. I thought it was done pretty well. I mean, I had no problems with the movie in terms of the fact, uh, how the concept was handled. I thought it was interestingly done and stuff like that. Uh, I do have one or two problems. That's about it. Uh, but I mean, the CGI in this was actually really good. I must say, I definitely thought it was really interesting. Uh, just seeing as though this is kind of like a video game-ish movie, to where they have to use a lot of CGI and whatnot. And I thought it was pretty interesting to see all that different CGI and actually done very well. Uh, the next thing I kind of want to talk about is the fact that it's a really good video game movie. I actually really enjoyed it. I personally think if you're a gamer, you're gonna enjoy this movie. I thought it was pretty good. I myself am a little bit of a gamer. I'm not a huge gamer, or anything like that, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Uh, just with all the references as well. There was a few different references like Marvel, Star Wars. There's even a Fortnite reference, which is pretty funny. Yes, there's a bunch of different references in the movie as well, which I definitely think was pretty interesting as well. And where this stacks up kind of to the other video game movies like Pixels and Ready Player One, those are two that jump out at me. Personally, I thought this was better than both of those. Personally, in my opinion, I thought Pixels was really well done. I thought it was pretty funny and stuff like that. But I mean, Free Guy is just much better in my opinion. And Ready Player One is definitely interesting as well. Uh, yeah, but again, I like Free Guy better personally. So yeah. Another thing too is the whole like, in terms of writing of the characters was pretty good as well. Uh, I know Guy doesn't even have a real person controlling him as in real life, so it kind of lacks that real life aspect in a sense. But I like it because it's different. It's way different than the other kind of movies and stuff like that. Because usually you would see like a human counterpart or something, whereas with Guy you don't see that. So that's pretty interesting as well. I thought it was interesting, kind of unraveling the mystery behind Guy because he was kind of created in secrecy by Keys and everybody, to basically kind of be like, just like a different kind of character and whatnot. So that was pretty interesting as well. I did like that a lot. Again, really interesting as well. Action wise, I thought it was pretty fun for the action wise. I thought it was pretty interesting to see all that stuff happen and Guy basically go around just fighting people. Especially that when he was versing Dude, that was pretty funny. Especially Evans made a bit of a cameo, I guess you would say, and that was pretty funny to see him go like, just curves like that. That was pretty funny when Captain America. I mean, Guy pulled out the Captain America shield. That was pretty funny. Probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. But then again, this was actually a pretty good movie as well. Another thing too is the music was pretty good. I did enjoy the music and whatnot. It was pretty good, interesting and stuff like that. But anyways, in terms of like rating wise, I would easily give this an easy 9 out of 10, or I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Uh, One thing actually I kind of disliked about it a little bit is it felt a little bit stretched at times. I gotta be straight honest with that. It kind of felt stretched towards the end. Honestly, I think this would be like a easy like 9, maybe 10 out of 10 if it had been like shoved to a 1 hour and 30 minute maybe runtime instead of like a almost 2 hour runtime. So that's just my opinion with that. But I mean, it's still a good movie and stuff like that. Definitely a fun little movie to watch if you want to. Uh, yeah, again, eight. I'll give it an easy 8.5, 8 out of 10. But anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.